My story begins on a cold Alaskan winter's night in 1986. I was walking back to my temporary home while I worked from my family home. My temporary home was an old wooden cabin style building with one window facing out toward a beautiful lake, of which reflected the bright moon. I was walking along the waters to my cabin. I could hear the howling of distant wolves while hearing the hoots of nearby owls. I was not afraid yet. I was somehow settled. This was my happy place, even in the cold of night. I entered my cabin, brushed off my shoes as they were covered in packed snow. Felt the instant warmth of my fire which had lit earlier on in that day for preparation for my arrival. I knew it would cheer me up, and it did. To pass the time from missing my family, I'd sit by the fire and resonate my hobby. I'd play my accordion. I would often sing to it, but tonight I just wanted to settle in nicely listening to myself. Serenade myself to sleep all cozy. I was drifting off to the sound of my own music when I heard 3 large knocks at the door. I turned suddenly. Fell silent for what felt like forever. I then heard a further 3 hard-hitting knocks on my door. I was shocked, as I knew my cabin was far in the woods, many miles from civilization. Nobody else was near me. My fear stopped me from answering that door, so I sat there for 20 minutes before being brave enough to open the door. I inched towards the door, gradually turning the knob. I opened the door. Thankfully, whoever it was had left. I saw no prints. It was quickly to assume that due to heavy snowfall they were quickly covered. I felt somewhat relieved as I sat back down and added a log onto my fire. I almost fell asleep when I realised I'd not eaten. Eating was especially important in such cold climates. I then moved over to the table and began to butter some bread, gently hummed myself as I looked over to my family photo. I smiled as I continued, knowing I was out here for them, to keep my family going. I then moved back over to the fire to enjoy my sandwich. At least I enjoyed the first bite until I heard again 3 large knocks at the door. Now I was worried. I crawled over toward my hunting gun, loading it, and shouted, "Leave! You have no business here." I got no response. A sweat dropped off my face as I stared intensely at the front door. I heard nothing. Nothing. I sat against the wall, facing the door, until my eyes could no longer stay open. I drifted off to sleep. I woke up to a beautiful sunshine blasting through the front window by the door. I looked out and was blessed with such a beautiful sight. Saw clear blue skies, bluer than the beautiful crystal clear lake, of which took my breath away. I then noticed 2 deer drinking at the bank of the lake. Oh, how majestic they looked. I opened my door again to see no footsteps. I didn't want that to spoil my morning, so out I stepped and off I travelled to work. Trunching it through the snow I went, the sound of which satisfied me. All I could hear was sweet singing of the wild birds and the gentle breeze of which passed through the tall trees. I knew this was going to be a good day. I was hard at work by a tree cutting away when I noticed a figure out at the corner of my eye. From the first instance, it looked like a deer on 2 legs. I stood up, but as I turned to get a full view, my blood turned cold to see a man staring right back at me. He stood stiff as a tree surrounding him, looking right into my eyes. I could feel him burning my soul. Bearded, black hoodie and a black beanie hat and scruffy pants, he just stood there. Shouted, "Hello, was you at my cabin last night?" He stood there and didn't respond. I slowly backed away, progressing into a sprint. I reached my cabin and unlocked the doors and was ready to leave back to my family. I turned away and laid against the door, only to realise my cabin was trashed. Everything was broken. The table was perfectly cut in half. So was my instrument, my chairs and all. I knew I had to leave. Right now, I went to collect my family picture and to find it was gone. I was both scared and angry. I took my shotgun and ran to the car. The car wouldn't start. I went back to the cabin, secured all openings and waited the day out until it turned night. I knew my family would come look for me if I didn't return tomorrow. I slept through the afternoon into the evening, so by the time nighttime came around, I was fully awake. Could hear the howls of the wolves much closer this time. The wind more violent, and the owls were going crazy. I was officially terrified. I began to cry when I heard 3 large knocks at the door, fueled with anger and rage. I opened the door, pointing my gun out. I screamed, "Leave me alone!" To my surprise, nobody was there. I turned around to see a raccoon on my small front porch, banging a large rock against my cabin. Realised this must have been the reasoning to the banging over the past few nights, and also the reasoning to my destroyed cabin. Nevertheless, I left swiftly but afoot to the coast of civilization, as I was convinced I was being watched, even if the raccoon was to blame. What I will never understand or be able to explain is the man I saw that day, and my cabin decorations being completely split in half. One thing is for sure, I am never returning to that cabin again.